everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Today we're going to be going over base mapping. So what you want to do first is find a track plan you'd like to use in Trainz or Tane, work in both programs. For me, it's this one right here. It's Ozark, Ouachita, and Red River. This will be what I'm going to be basing my Lake Erie and Eastern off of, with some changes. So first thing you want to do is save whatever one you want to do. I've already done this. Having problems with the video, so I'm redoing the video, but everything is already created for this, so I'm just gonna give you a walkthrough on how to do it. So save that in a folder on your desktop or wherever you can find it quick. For me, it's a desktop, it's just easier. And then if you get a track plan off the Trainz track plan database, I'll leave a link for that. You have to convert it from a PDF to a JPEG in order for it to work in the Basemapz program. I'll also leave a link for the converter in the description box. Same as next step would be Basemapz. If you don't already have it, you have to download it. I'll leave a link for that as well. So once you load it up, you're going to load up Basemapz. You're going to browse to wherever your image is stored. For me, it's on my desktop, Lake Erie Eastern. And what you want to do, most of them have it. You can figure it out from these squares because they're each 1 foot wide, so you can figure out what it is from that. I have them already. It's 10 by 14. You want to put them in your X and your Y dimensions. It is an HO scale track plan, but I will show you what happens if you go with it. There's a little quirk with this program. So you do HO. This is one baseboard in Trainz right here. So if you do it this way, you'll have a lot of white area here when it produces the actual base map, and all this will be blurry. So I found, just if you play around with it, go down a scale from it, or scale or two. You see this one here? This is what I went with. I did the N scale. It doesn't change anything, it just makes it easier to work with. And you can see all this lot. I'll show you in Trainz that all this is a lot clearer to work with. And after you click render root image, get it to the way you want, click generate Basemapz. This is important. I've already done this. This is my starting content ID. This is for the base map itself. Your Trainz user ID, you're going to get that from Trainz itself. Open your Trainz settings, and go to dev. And right there is your Trainz user ID. Tane, it's the same thing, same process. Trainz settings, it's going to be the same for both programs. Alright, and then your author name, it's whatever you want it to be. This one just happens to be what I have set up on Trainz for the forum and all that. I may change this eventually to Thin Red Line Rails, which is the name of my channel. I put my contact email and website on here. That way if anybody has questions when I go to download station for us, they're able to contact me through either of those channels. Now down here, some people may do new root, and when a base map generates, it creates it as a as an object. And this here makes it a whole lot easier. Says also create a basic Trainz root with this content ID. So if you click that, make it one number up from your starting content ID. Otherwise, it's gonna show up with an error, or it will show a warning because it'll say it's already been created. I'm gonna click OK or not OK. I'm gonna click cancel because I've already done this. So I'm gonna click cancel, and then when you get to step 4, once it generates it, it's gonna pop up with a box. It's been generated, and then a basic root has been created as well, and it's already been pre-positioned. This here, we click open once it's done. It'll give you a link to where it's stored. It'll store it wherever you pulled your image from, wherever that folder was. That's where it will stick the rest of the actual Basemapz itself. And after that, you can click exit. You want to go into Trainz content or Trainz, then manage content. And then there's two ways you can do this. You can either drag and drop this in here, or you can go up here to File, Import Content Folder, go to where you stored it, me it's desktop, and just click on the folder, click select folder, and it'll bring it in. I'm not going to do this because I've already done this step. Mine's already created in Trainz. So, and once it comes up with all green lights, you're good to go. You can close all this out. The image, I find it better to print it out because I don't have a dual screen function, so I print it out and have it right in front of me so I know what goes where and what's what. I change them up a little bit for my roots, but it still is a good reference to go to. So we're going to close that out as well, and we're going to start Trainz up. Let Trainz load up here. Go up here, driver surveyor. You see my root's already there. So we're going to go ahead and edit root. This shouldn't take too long to load. We'll just wait here a minute till it loads up. Alright, we're all loaded up. Not yet. Be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. So, you can see where this is all, it's all loaded up here. You can see everything very clearly. See your dark lines, your main line, everything else is a siding or a yard track. So what you want to do from here is pick whatever track you want to use. I have certain ones I use on my roots. For this one, I'll probably end up using these TEH tracks just because they have a main line and a yard track. I have some that are spurs and yards as well. Let me see if I can find them here real quick. They're old Conrail ones. So right here, you got non-terrain, spurs. You can use just about any track you want to use. There's no limitations on that. But for this route, I'm not sure if I'm going to use TEH yet, but for the purpose of this video, that's what we're going to use. So pretty much you're just going to start off with your straight lines. Okay, so that's good right there. You want to lock your base map layer. Make sure it's locked. And don't put anything, I wanted that error to come up. Don't put anything on the base map layer, because everything you put on there as far as the route itself, buildings, tracks, scenery, whatever you put as the actual route itself, not talking locomotives, rolling stock, nothing like that. Make sure you're on the route layer when you do this. Otherwise, one, it'll give you that error, and two, once you're done using the base map, you delete it off. And if there's something on there, let's say your track, and you delete that base map, you have to redo the whole entire thing. So make sure you're working off the root layer when it comes to the basic build itself. Buildings, like I said, building, scenery, track, whether you put cars, people, whatever. Make sure that's on your root layer and not the base map layer, because it will get deleted. So we'll do the mainline track since this is a mainline, and all you pretty much do is just follow it. Once you do a straight line, what I do is I hit the straighten tool, and it locks it in place. So we'll do another one down here, and we'll stop it right about there, and we'll do the same with that, lock it in place. And now when we join these two together, it should be perfect and line up perfectly. It does. Okay, so that's basically the track. Now if you want to put, there's a turntable here, I'm going to put one in. I found that the 115 foot one works best. I'm sure you could probably put 130 in if you wanted to, but just line it up pretty much where the track's going to come in, and don't really have to move it, because being right there, you got room to put your stalls up here and put some scenery items behind it. You got more room to do that. But I'll show you here now. If we show you an instance of the base map being deleted, what it will look like. So this is what it will be. Your track, your turntable is there. That's why you want everything on your root layer. following this video. I'm going to start the build process probably the next video. I may wait and do the 2 other tutorials first that are going to go along with this build. Those 2 tutorials are doing a yard ladder, which we have right here. It's not a very big one, but I may add another section, another yard track in here somewhere, probably right in this area. Add another one in, and maybe even add a back way into the turntable here. Bring this out and join it up with this. Join it out there. Like I said, I change them up a little bit. Tunnels. Don't think we'll do a tunnel here. We'll just run it straight through. No biggie. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. And the other video is gonna be dig holes. So this is a model railroad. Everything in the middle here, where it's all white and got wording, you know, that's where you walk. You view everything. So that's gonna be dig hole. All that's gonna be dig holed. So it's gonna be open, and that's where I then put like flooring, walls, a door. You'll see it'll look like a room with a model railroad when it's completely done. Down here, I haven't figured out how to dig hole corners or curves yet, so I'll probably dig hole down to about this point here, run it straight across, and probably all this down here be water. I'm not sure. I do want to do a dig hole video though. I may do all this water. I'm not really sure yet, because it's going to be a fictional Lake Erie and Eastern. So I mean, you need a lake in there somewhere, don't you? So that'll be the next 2 videos. I believe that those will be the only 2, the yard ladder and the dig holes, because they are going with this. I have a couple more videos, grades, how to place crossings, how to replace bulk assets. I may do that, like do one area of track and then do it where it changes all of it at the same time, so you can see that. It'll be off of this build though for that. Let me just mark these here. And then I have a couple other ones that can be done within this route. Those won't be an issue. They'll probably be after this video here and the dig hole and the yard ladder tutorial. I'll start to build on this route, and then I figure about 3-4 episodes of the build to get this complete, and then I'll go into the rest of the ones that the other tutorials I have lined up. I'll do those afterwards, which then I'll go into my 2 routes I've already released. The 3rd one that will be getting released as soon as the video is done will be getting released to my website, and then I'll be starting this build right here as soon as those are done. The introductions and just talking about the route and where I got the idea from. After that, I have a large mega route that I'm going to be doing. I'm between 3 and 4 different track plans that I'll be basing it off of, but I'm not sure which one. I have to zero it down. But be sure to check the description box for the link for the track plan database, the PDF to JPEG converter, the Basemapz link to download it. Check there for my Patreon page. That's on there. My TubeBuddy page, the link will be in there. And I'll also put a link to my website for the 2 routes that have already been released for you to check out. And that's pretty much it for today. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and if you have any information or any questions or anything, comments, please leave those in the comment box and I'll get back to you very promptly. Y'all have a good day and be safe out there.